Okay, everybody. Hello and welcome. How's everybody doing? I am Phil. Phil am I. I told you, I'm going to become Phil am I. Philium. Like that Will am I, what is it, rapper or whatever. I'll be Philium. Hello, everyone. How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. It's Friday. That's good, right? It's always good when it's a Friday. We're going to head into the weekend. And we're going to be seeing some... hopefully for some people, some time away from school and work and the like. I mean, it is summer, so typically most people are not in school. There are some people who do go to school during the summer, depending on where you live in the world and the like, but most people are not. Shout out to Dapex1, who already did a 25-bit cheer and said hello. And shout out to Darkness Fills This Place, who just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Darkness Fills This Place. Appreciate that. So... today is indeed Friday, August 4th, 2017. Hopefully you have some fun plans in store for the weekend. Or, if your plans are just to hang out with me every day on stream, that's cool too. I certainly wouldn't be against that kind of a plan. As you know, I will be streaming every day. This week coming up will be a little bit different. I got a few things in store that are going to mix it up. Number one, the fact that I don't even know what I'm playing yet, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Because I have extra time now, because some stuff ended up finishing up early. Number two, I'm making a pot of sauce at one point this week coming up. So I'm going to have a saucy stream at some point. And number three, I need to get my hair cut badly. I just realized my hair is pretty long. I think the last time I got it cut was either late May or early June. So we are talking over 2 months here. And my hair is starting to grow out. I'm like, oh man, I don't need the mullet look. Especially not now. During the summer, we're having this crazy heat wave. We are in the midst of a crazy heat wave right now. In fact, it's over 20 degrees hotter than what it should be during the summertime here normally. Just to the south of me is a state called Oregon. And in Oregon, they have a zoo. It's so hot there that they have polar bears. They had to bring out giant vats of ice for the polar bears to roll around in, because the polar bears were getting like sick because it was so freaking hot because of this weather this week. And it's actually supposed to be incredibly hot for the rest of the week. Like yesterday and today were record highs. They're saying it's supposed to go down a little bit tomorrow, but it's still supposed to maintain this level of heat for about a week, which is crazy. But what I'm hoping, of course, is that if that is the case, that this is the last hurrah for the hot summer heat here. This summer in particular has really hammered it in against me with its the allergies and everything. Like my throat still, my throat is feeling hoarse. For almost a good 2 straight months, it's been like that. Mostly because, I talk every day for a good anywhere from 5 to 7 hours, depending on how long I'm streaming. And, unlike other people, even people who do radio shows don't talk for 5 to 7 hours straight. So, in that regard, my voice gets shot, and it never really had an opportunity to heal. So I'm hoping that as things start to cool down, the pollen will finally calm down, the fall will hit soon, and things will get back to normal. But anyway, yeah, I need a haircut, so I'm going to be doing that at some point this week. Of course, that means, guess what? One day this coming week, I can't do 2 streams because I need to head out to get a haircut. And there's a few other odds and ends and errands and things that I need to do as well. So, yeah, there's going to be an interesting week coming up. Reggers1 did a 10-bit cheer and says, Phil, you're going to play the new Persona dancing spinoffs? I don't even need to go any further. I know his message is longer than that. The answer is no, I cannot play Atlus games, guys. I kind of explained this, but I guess a lot of people didn't understand. So here's what happened. I was playing Persona 5. I got a copyright strike from Atlus. It was not a false strike. It was legitimately from Atlus of Japan. Now, it didn't make sense that I got the strike because it wasn't in line with the guidelines that Atlus USA had put out publicly for making a playthrough of Persona 5. So I contacted Atlus USA. They said, okay, this does seem to be that Atlus Japan doesn't really know what they're doing. We'll get this cleared up for you. And they did. The problem being, I've gotten no promise or no any kind of assurance from Atlus at all that they won't do it again. There's no explanation as to why it happened to begin with, and you know, who's to say that Japan won't do it again? And sadly, you know, having these copyright strikes against my channel can significantly hurt my business. So I cannot chance it. I can't be playing Atlus games. So it sucks. There's nothing I can do about it. The flip side of this is the Rockstar copyright strikes that I got were false. So that means I can play Rockstar games moving forward. That was bullshit. The Atlus strike was actually legit. Atlus Japan not working in coherence or cooperation with Atlus of the US. They're not even abiding by their own rules that they created to lay out for people to make playthroughs. It doesn't make any sense. Listen. Give it some time. All right, give it some time. Let's see what happens. Maybe someone will pull their head out of their ass by the end of the year or by next year when there's downtime. Maybe I'll go back to it. Who knows? But for now, sadly, it's out of my hands, guys. I'm sorry. It's not risking the entire, my entire livelihood, being able to do this as a job, to be able to have, you know, keep my house. It's not worth it to risk it for one playthrough. It's just not. Okay, and so moving forward, I can't play Atlus games. I just can't. Okay, so let's talk, folks. Today, the conclusion of Sonic Adventure right now. We're almost done. All I've got left is the campaign for Gamma, or I believe his name is E102 or whatever. Yeah, that's coming up right now. That's going to be the first part of today's stream. Then, since I know that's going to end before the stream is over, I mean, I stream till around 5 p.m. here, there's no way that it's going to take 4 hours to do one campaign and the final boss. The final boss in this game, by the way, is epic. If you've never seen it, I think you're really going to like it, because it's really a cool sequence. It's kind of like fan service, honestly. It's like, damn, you actually went through all the trouble of playing through all these ridiculously not long, but sometimes tedious campaigns. Let's reward the player with a really epic ending to the game. And it could be frustrating. I remember, I died a ton when I first was playing this game and trying to figure out how to do it. And of course, it's been a good 17 years since the last time I did it, so I probably will fail a million times. But I've good memories of the ending, and I'm looking forward to it, okay? Alright, so that's going to be the end here. And then, I'm going to switch over, to Tekken 7. And I'll play Tekken 7 for a little bit. Of course, I'm probably going to training mode before I start because I need to remember how to play. Like, last time I played, I actually learned this really cool juggle combo with King. And I don't remember what it is, so I gotta remember what it is. And also, you know, Lily, who I've been playing with, I gotta try to remember her shit, so I'll probably go into training mode for a few minutes just to refresh my memory. It's considering it has been a long-ass time since I played Tekken 7. And then we'll do a little bit of Tekken 7 online. And then later tonight will be more Danganronpa 2. Okay? Tomorrow I'm going to do Ultra Street Fighter 2. The reason being is because tomorrow is going to be a shorter stream. I have to stop around 4 p.m. instead of 5. So I said, why not just do something where it doesn't matter if I end early? You know what I mean? It's just matches of gameplay, fighting gameplay. It's not like it's going to be a horrible thing if I have to end a little early. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a lot of shit. Tomorrow I'm actually doing filming for a podcast for a friend of mine, which I will talk about publicly once he has it done. I think he has to edit it and everything and release it. Then I'll talk about it. I'll probably tell on social media when it's live and people want to watch it. And then after that, I'm heading out, and I'm actually, because this week I'm making a fresh pot of my homemade sauce. I need to go out and get all the ingredients for it. Sadly, very sadly, they don't sell the ingredients right here at the supermarket that's across the street from me. I have to drive out like 20 to 25 minutes to go to a bunch of places, actually 2 other stores I have to go to grab all the ingredients that I actually need to make my sauce. So I got to go do that tomorrow night, plus grocery shopping, plus other errands. So tomorrow's going to be very busy for me. And then Sunday, I have no idea what I'm playing. And this is kind of what I want to toss out there for you guys. I need your feedback. I need to know what exactly to play coming up. And I really don't know. Because There's a lot of conflicting opinions. Basically, here's what was happening. This week, I was thinking that Tacoma was going to take a lot longer to beat. I thought it was going to be at least 2 to 3 streams. And I thought Sonic Adventure might take a little bit longer to beat, another 2 to 3 streams. If that were the case, that would have taken me well into this week. So I didn't schedule anything for this week besides Batman the Telltale series. Now, I find myself, sadly, with a ton of stuff to do. Excuse me, without a ton of stuff to do is what I meant to say. I basically have a ton of free time, and I don't know what to play. I'm getting so many conflicting opinions. Some people are saying, you wanted to continue at Night in the Woods, play Night in the Woods, all right? Then I went and actually looked at the videos of Night in the Woods on YouTube and saw that almost no one actually watched it. So I'm like, gee, do I really want to spend all week playing Night in the Woods and no one will join me for it? Probably not a good idea. Some people are like, go back and do another run of Nier Automata and stuff like that. Some people are saying, well, you got that game, Duke Nukem 3D Remastered from a fan this week. He sent you a code for a digital copy of the game. Why don't you play that? All good options. And then some people are saying, well, maybe you should jump on one of these new games that are coming out this week. There's this Hellblade game from the makers of Devil May Cry. And then there's a game called Lawbreakers, which is a game that's like a competitive first-person shooter. And I don't know. I just don't know what to do, man. I just don't know. I don't know what the hell to do because this is the problem with it when this happens. There's no consensus on what people want. And no matter what I pick, since everyone wants something different, when I play it, people are going to complain it's not what they wanted. And then no one shows up for the streams and no one watches the videos. And the sad fact is, folks, I can't go an entire week here with people just complaining and not watching stuff. I need to find a happy medium so that whatever I'm playing, people are going to want to come watch. And I'm not sure what that is right now. I'm just not. So, I don't know. I'm kind of completely on the fence. I can tell you one thing I'm not going to play, which is what some people have been suggesting. I'm not playing Sonic Adventure 2. Simply for 2 reasons. Number one, because I just played Sonic Adventure 1. And, quite frankly, I'll be honest with everyone. After the first session, it seems like not many people care about this game. I don't know why, because I love it. I think Sonic Adventure is one of the better Sonic games. Keep in mind, it was the first full 3D Sonic game. And I love it. Even though the game has a ton of shortcomings, I'll be honest with you, I've really enjoyed playing Sonic Adventure this week. It's a throwback of nostalgia for me. It's a feeling of kind of warmth of a game that I really loved on the original Dreamcast, and I played a bunch of times on the original Dreamcast. And so I really loved the opportunity of going back to play it this week. Sadly, it seems like those nostalgic feelings haven't resonated with my viewing audience because I haven't seen much activity around the playthrough. That first day, like I said, was good. And after that, people stopped showing up to the streams. People aren't watching it on YouTube. And I'm like, again, disappointing, And listen, I understand that in the summer, things are slow. I get that. At the same time, it's frustrating when I've been building to this all summer. This gotta go fast Sonic playthrough, right? Building to it. And really didn't get that much attention. So I'm not doing Sonic Adventure 2 back-to-back with Sonic Adventure 1. Alright? It's that simple. It wouldn't make sense. People already obviously are burnt out on Sonic. I'm already going to be playing Sonic Mania later this month in less than 2 weeks. It doesn't make sense to play another Sonic game now. That would be complete overload and just really stupid. So I'm not doing that. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's almost to the point where damned if you do, damned if you don't. I might as well just play what I want because it doesn't seem like no matter what I pick for the downtime, people are really not going to, like I said, everyone disagrees on what they want to see. And therefore, since everyone disagrees, everyone gets disappointed who isn't the one who is lucky enough to have the game played that they wanted. And then, I think people will definitely come back around the middle of the month. When you're talking about the new releases come out, that's when I'm going to get the people coming back and that'll be good. But it's disappointing that I can't get people to come to watch the stuff that I want to play, I don't know. I'm still thinking. If anyone has any great ideas, please let me know. But at this point, I'm so undecided. I'm just not sure what to do. Coming up this week, very confused. All right. I got one other thing to say. Actually, I got a bunch of shout-outs to do, too, because people are all cheering. Hold on a second. Oh, my God, it's flocking up. Oh, my God, my laptop is crapping the bed. Shout-out to Boot to the Head 7, who did a 10-bit cheer and said the Karate Kid TV series sequel hype. I have no idea what you're referencing, but thank you for the 10-bit cheer. Moore did a $2 tip, and it's not a troll tip. He says a 10K Patreon goal to finish Persona 5. I still wouldn't do it. Even if I raised $10,000 on Patreon, I still wouldn't play Persona 5 because it's still too much of a risk, dude. Seriously. You think that $10,000 is enough to support my business indefinitely? No. That's like oh wow, really quickly I get a lot of money. Great. So I'm good for a few months, but then my business gets shut down for copyright strikes. Oops. I guess it was pretty much a bad decision. Golden Colts did a 50-bit cheers. Says, why don't I do Max Payne 1 and 2? Your 3D era GTA playthroughs were popular. Yeah, but they were GTA. Max Payne was never anywhere nearly as popular as Grand Theft Auto. And really over the years, it's funny, I really never got any kind of big demand to play the Max Payne games at all. Versus GTA, people always were play them, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. Kushiaka Tori did a 10-bit cheer, and he says, not what I actually like to see, but Souls games bring in the viewers. A new run of Bloodborne would bring viewers. Well, yeah, exactly. Then he says, but it would run past your downtime. Exactly. Number one, there's not enough time to fully play Bloodborne from start to finish and to do the DLC. More than likely would take about 2 weeks. I know because I played the game already, and comparatively, you know, it's about as long, I would say, as Dark Souls 2. Maybe a little shorter because the Dark Souls 2 run I just did had all the DLCs in it. There's no way I'm going to beat Bloodborne in a week. So that's out. There's no way I could do that. I already said, I've already said this, but I know a lot of people don't hear it, so I'll say it again. I'm considering doing a full run through Bloodborne start to finish next year. Whether it be in the downtime in January if it's dead, or whether it be later in the year, like during the summer months. This year I've already played Dark Souls 1 in January. I played Dark Souls 3 DLC. I did Neo, and I played Dark Souls 2. That's enough. That's enough of that for this year. I don't want to completely get burnt out on that style of game. So for this year, I'm done, but maybe come January of the summer next year, I'm feeling the Bloodborne second run. This time, you know, playing the Old Hunters DLC during the course of the game and tackling it at that point. Not New Game Plus, which is what fucked me over the first time. Or Knights. Did a 10-bit cheer and says, straw pull the games you have in mind right now, Phil. No, I could. But that's what I mean. How many? Just the games I have in mind. Lawbreakers. Hellblade. Night in the Woods. Ride to Hell Retribution. Nier Automata. That's only a few. There's a few more, too. What am I going to do? Do a straw pull 8 to 10 games? You know? Then you've got so many options that you kind of, you undo yourself. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do this week. I really don't. This is one of the few times during the year that I'm just completely uncertain on what I should be doing. Which is funny because come right after that, I'll never have that problem again. Starting on the 15th of August, I won't have that problem for the rest of the year. There's constant new releases, and I'll be balancing those with the downtime games like Danganronpa 2, and then whatever the new Patron's Choice game ends up being. So I'll be busy for the rest of the year. I'm not going to have any problems moving forward. It's just I have to get to the 15th. Coral Guy tipped me $2. Thank you, Coral Guy. And he says, Phil, I'd love to see you play Hellblade next week. It looks good. It's only $30. For a hardcore playthrough, I'd suggest Shadow Tactics on the PS4. An amazing top-down RTS ninja stealth game. You just said top-down RTS, which pretty much eliminates it from me playing it. I mean, not to say that I don't like top-down RTS games. My viewership doesn't. Historically, over the years, anytime I tried to play a game like that, like Minecraft, or excuse me, I almost said Minecraft, StarCraft, or oh my god, excuse me, that's vile. StarCraft or, for example, XCOM. People didn't really care. They're more like, oh, this is boring. It's turn-based. So, that's what I mean. It sucks. Like, there's games I love to play, but I know I can't just drop everything and play them. I have to maintain a balance between enjoyment of the game, but also something that people will actually watch. I can't just constantly be doing things for my own enjoyment that people won't watch, or else I won't be able to do this at all for my enjoyment ever again. That's the sad reality of it, folks. Shout out to Between a Cock and a Hard Place. He says, play Hellblade. It's new, and I think people would want to see it. Seems like a few people are leaning towards Hellblade. So maybe that is something that I will play this week. We'll see. The Big Jeff Productions just cheered 21 bits and says, are you going to play Grimoire Heralds of the Winged Exemplar? I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of it. I have no idea what kind of game it is. So all I can say is for now, no. Unless I get more information and people ask for it. I've never heard of that game before. Alright. So, folks, that's pretty much it. The only things I'll say, obviously, number one, Patreon. You guys know about it. I'm going to be setting up the formal Patreon goal for this month soon. Okay? However, I can tell you this in advance. It's going to be leaning towards... Oh, by the way, shout out to Miss Monique, who cheered 100 bits before the stream even started. I just saw that now. Thank you, Miss Monique. Sorry about that. Sorry that I took so long to give you your shout out. I didn't see it here until right now. But anyway, yeah, Patreon. The monthly goal for Patreon for this month is going to be related to the Halloween event. It's going to be, number one, being able to nominate and vote on games that are going to be in the Halloween playthrough. But also, I believe if we hit the goal, what I will do is I'll have another poll where people will help determine what Halloween costume I will wear during my Halloween marathon this year. Okay? Figure out something completely different. I haven't set out the goal yet, but that's what it's going to be. So if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon this month, you'll be getting in on the big Halloween event. Okay? So there you go. Hippo Stabber did a 20-bit cheer and says, do it in a real-life hiking stream. Yeah, it's just what you want. In real-life hiking stream where I hike and hurt my back, I'm not supposed to be doing things like that. The doctor specifically explained to me when my back injury was diagnosed 10 years ago, I can no longer be doing that kind of activity. They basically said light calisthenics, light, things, exercise is good, but extended walking is not good. So I would never go out a walk on a hike because I'd probably hurt my back. There you go. Let's see. What else? Oh, so I just mentioned Patreon. There you go. Teespring, obviously, folks. You all know about that. You're seeing the plugs right now live here on the pre-stream. If you buy anything from my Teespring, I get a pretty sizable commission. It helps me out. In addition, the new products lines are live, including the manga DSP style shirt, as well as the I Hate Skeletons design, both of which are awesome, and they're so good, I bought them both. Okay? Great stuff. Check it out. All right? And then, folks, last but certainly not least, if you are watching today's live stream, if you enjoy my daily live streams, and you support them, you want to see them keep happening indefinitely, okay? If you like the on-demand videos on YouTube, you want to support the effort, there are 3 ways during the stream that you can directly support, all right? Number 1, cheering. Number 2, subbing. And number 3, tipping. All these things help. And if you do cheer with bits, sub to the channel, or tip me during the course of the stream, as you've already seen, I will give you a shout out. And I'm appreciative to everyone who do support my efforts here daily. You are the reason why I'm still here doing this after the big YouTube adpocalypse fallout of earlier this year. Okay? If you cheer with 50 bits or more, if you sub to the channel and click on the share button, or if you tip me $2 or more, you'll actually receive an on-screen notification that gives you visual recognition as well for your contributions. So you get double recognition, visual and verbal. All right? Good afternoon to Ratchet Fan, who just showed up. Or Knights did a 10-bit cheer, and he says, straw poll the games that I mentioned earlier. He he would like to cast a vote on which one I play this week. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe I'll do a straw poll. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'll start it tonight and I'll let it run for a day or two. Although people are saying straw poll, straw poll, straw poll, you do realize that straw poll is terrible because people can false vote in it all the time. Versus a Twitter poll, actually, you have to have a legit Twitter account to vote in it. Maybe I'll do a Twitter poll, not a straw poll. Oh, excuse me. All right, one thing. This is the one thing I do want to mention, everyone. If you are watching the stream and you're going to support me today, you're like, oh man, I'd like to maybe do some cheers or some tips or whatever. FYI, the preferential thing is tips for the short term. And the reason I say that is because tips I get right away. Cheers and subs are great, by the way. Don't get me wrong. They all support me and they all help me. All right? But cheers and subs take 2 months for me to get the income. Tips I get right away. And right now, I'm in a situation where things are really tight. I got a bunch of bills all clearing at once. In particular, there's one lump bill that's happening right now, and I'm like, ugh. And I'm nervous. So if you give me tips, that helps me out because that's money that could immediately go towards that. Versus anything else you do today, although it is much appreciated, I have to wait 2 months to get it. So just throwing that out there. If you have the option to choose, right? If you actually, have, I can do any of these, I would prefer tips. But that's cool if you want to do any of the others. I'm certainly not going to look a gift horse in the mouth at all, okay? All right. That is it, folks. Let's start. Let's do the conclusion here of Sonic. Sound good? All right, let's do this. Sonic Adventure concludes, and then we begin with some Tekken to end off the stream today. Fair enough. Good stuff. All right. Thank you. And let us begin. Here we go.